I'm playing some light music in the background, and I wanted to do this segment to break between when we just talked about the first pair of hearing aids I bought. I wanted to just talk to you a little bit. First of all, I went to the cheapest place, because when they told me $6,800, one place told me $8,000, I didn't know how to shop for hearing aids. So I bought the cheapest pair, and what I didn't know is it didn't even correct half the hearing I'd lost. So I heard my tinnitus all the time, and what I would realize later when I got the Widex hearing aids is that the first pair I got, which was really cheap, amplified everything equally. Okay? And the ones I have now have a processor inside. And the difference in that is apparently it receives sounds at different decibels, and it only amplifies via a computer chip the loss that I have. So I don't have everything amplified equally. The lower pitches that I still have, it doesn't amplify. The higher pitches that I lost, it amplifies 50 decibels or whatever, 40. And so, you know, that is a huge difference. The one thing that she did tell me is that it goes up to 8,000, and I lost just beyond the reach of the ones I'm wearing. I think maybe technically these are 7,800 kilohertz or 75 or some number like that, and I lost 8. And she says that quite possibly the next generation of hearing aids, which will probably be totally implantable in our skulls, they will be able to program up to that loss. And they think that if the brain is stimulated by directly by every frequency that it has lost, it is quite possible it may let go of tinnitus. Now, that is great for you if you've lost hearing. But I want you to consider one thing, word to the wise, that I've heard before. Some people have lost. They had above average hearing, and they lost the highest frequencies that they had, like a dog whistle. They used to have it in their youth, and they didn't know because audiologists didn't test for that. But they lost it, and they wake up hearing the highest pitch. I can't even do it. Sounds like something that a space shuttle or a space frequency bouncing off a satellite. You know, that real high pitch. I can't do it. I can't get high enough. But some people, they'll come back and tell their husbands and their kids, my hearing's perfect. In fact, he says I hear like a bat, but I have tinnitus and it's so high pitch I'm going to go crazy. It is quite possible you had frequencies at your birth that other people didn't have, and that's what you're hearing. Now, the most common explanation for tinnitus is some sort of hearing damage, cilia or cochlea ear damage. And so I'm going to show you a diagram of the ear in my next video, and I'm going to let you see the parts of the ear and which part they told me was damaged and why my hearing is degrading. They think I suffered from an ototoxicity, perhaps from an antibiotic I had taken the month before, and there's been comments about that antibiotic, and I forgot its name. I should have saved the bottle. But apparently nobody prescribes it anymore because of ototoxicity concerns. And I lost my hearing right after that, and had the dizzy spell, and have had tinnitus since. So, you know, some people would take one pill, one antidepressant, one thing, and they'll do one thing. They'll go to one rock concert. Somebody will fire a gun next to their head. Just one incident that literally divides time before tinnitus, BT, and after tinnitus, AT. So, and you know, if you did something, if something happened, you are going to go through a depression. And in that depression, you're going to blame yourself all the time. You're going to say, if I hadn't listened to that doctor, if I hadn't gone to that rock concert, if I didn't stay in that bar when it was obviously hurting me, you will go on and on torturing yourself. Now, newbies to tinnitus, first year tinnitus sufferers, it is very, very common to do that. It is the most common thing to do. And you're going to go into a vicious circle chasing your own tail. Okay? But what you'll have to do, and you won't have any choice, you'll have to forgive yourself. And until then, it's just going to be rough sailing. Yeah, I mean, you know, when you were young, you went to bars, you went to rock concerts, and you went to the shooting range and goofed off without hearing protection. And maybe you plugged in your iPod that you got brand new for Christmas, and within a week you had damaged your hearing. You always brag to people, I like it loud, I got to hear my feet, I got to feel my feet vibrating, or that's not music. And then one day you woke up with this. There's just so many reasons. Thyroid issues, high blood pressure issues, TMJ problems, medication adverse reaction, autotoxicity. Gosh, it just goes on and on. But I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, once you figure it out, if it's not a tumor, and 99% of the time there's no tumor, you have to just build a life. Yeah, that's what you have to do.